Hello and welcome to TZ Gaming. Today I'll be showing a Skyrim build named The Voice by Emer Dareloth. For more information on this build, feel free to click the link down below, and this build uses a restoration potion creation glitch, and the link for that will be down below as well. The first chain move I'll be showing for this build, which uses all shouts in the game, in conjunction with one another in chain combo abilities without any cooldown, so you can have an unlimited amount of shout uses, as well as the Nightingale subterfuge move and the Shadowstone ability, both of which have unlimited shouts. So this build is excellent as a glass cannon build, as part of the roleplay aesthetic is to play naked, except for maybe one piece of clothing that you may have enchanted for whatever reason, or heavy gauntlets to do more unarmed combat. Though for this playstyle I did not choose to go with any unarmed combat and simply stuck to shouts. Using Dismay is a great, excellent kind of crippling move you can use before you choose and select the moves of your choice. So, for instance, all these opponents are dismayed, then I'll transition into an attack move, whether it's Cyclone, or maybe Unrelenting Force, or using Soul Tear. In either case, this is another chain combo set which is listed on the build page by Emer Dareloth, and this is an invention of his. Though you can make up any invention of style or combat phrasing that you wish. By having no cooldown on your shouts, you effectively have an infinite amount of uses, whereas if you were using an equivalent spell to a shout, you would have a finite amount based on your magicka. For instance, using Dismay would be an equivalent of a fear spell in the illusion tree, as well as using Fire Breath would be equivalent to a destruction spell, and using Soul Tear could be the equivalent of a Conjuration Raise Undead spell. After level 20, you'll no longer need to use weapons whether melee or ranged, apart from using a shield for the block tree talents. You'll be using them to shield bash and knock over opponents, as well as the other talents such as deflect arrows and elemental protection, which come in handy while you are naked anyway. So you'll be able to use your shield charges and then to use shouts while the opponents are knocked over. Shouts are not only great for using offensive and defensively, but for their utility as well. You'll be able to travel around Skyrim just using Whirlwind Sprint, and to get in and out of the heat of combat. You can use this to funnel your opponents around using your block to bash them, especially if you're using Taj of the Blooded, so you can attack them and make them all bleed while you funnel them into one area. Move in and out of the area not too far that the aggro is relinquished, and you'll be able to get them close enough that you can have them surround you, and then using a Stormcall. While you have Stormcall out, you can use Iceform Breath to knock over opponents into an encasement of ice, which does damage over time, which allows enough time for the lightning bolts to come from your Stormcall to strike them while they're in the block of ice, and it'll break it, and you can use your shout again to encase them. Though if the heat of combat gets too much, you always have the option to run away with a shout. The greatest thing about this build is the versatility and diversity and range of the abilities that you can use, as they are spread out amongst all the shouts. You're no longer divided by having multiple trees which you have to focus on, as this is like having every single mage ability, as well as being a physical style, because you could augment weapons if you so desire. So as you can see, running around just using a town as your playground to be able to kill opponents at your will and leisure, as well as being able to use the Dragonborn abilities to power yourself up even further, to use your shouts to the maximum effectiveness and damage, as well as their area effect coning around you, and being able to not even have to worry about if you're going to die or not. You don't need to use any healing abilities, but if you so desire, have potions available and ready, and you'll be able to knock over any opponent at your leisure. Having unlimited shouts with no cooldown makes the gameplay feel unlimited and only limited by your imagination. You're able to do whatever you feel, however you feel, whenever you feel, and wherever you feel. Though remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and even though you are quite powerful, you are still mortal and able to be slain. Do not let this power become your downfall. So for more Skyrim build videos, feel free checking out my channel, as well as subscribing, liking this video, and commenting down below. I hope you all have fun playing The Voice by Emer Dareloth.